In a world that measures strength by size, power, and status, there once stood a young shepherd who saw things differently. His name was David, a boy who didn't look like a warrior, didn't have armor, and didn't hold a sword. But what he did have was faith. The Israelites were trembling in fear. Every morning, a giant named Goliath stepped forward, nearly 10 feet tall, covered in bronze armor, his spear as thick as a weaver's beam. His voice thundered through the valley as he mocked God's people. "Who will fight me?" he roared. But not a single soldier stepped forward. For 40 days, fear ruled the hearts of Israel. Until one day, David, a young shepherd boy delivering bread to his brothers, heard the voice of this giant. But where everyone else heard threats, David heard blasphemy. He asked, "Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God?" Everyone laughed. His own brothers told him to go home. King Saul looked at him and said, "You are but a boy." But David knew something they didn't. He had fought lions, he had fought bears, and through every battle God had been faithful. He said, "The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the bear will rescue me from this Philistine." Faith spoke louder than fear. So Saul gave David his armor, but it was too heavy. David took it off. Because when you walk by faith, you don't need the world's protection. You need God's presence. David walked into the valley with only a sling and 5 smooth stones. The crowd laughed. Goliath cursed. But David stood tall in the power of the Lord. He said, "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, whom you have defied." Then David ran toward his enemy, swung his sling, and the stone flew, guided by the very hand of God. The giant fell face first into the ground, and in that moment faith conquered fear. You see, Goliath was not just a man. He represents every giant we face: fear, addiction, doubt, depression, temptation, insecurity. But just like David, you are not fighting alone. The battle belongs to the Lord. Your sling may look small, your faith may seem weak, but when your heart is anchored in God, that's all you need to take down giants. Maybe today, you're standing before something that feels impossible. Maybe your Goliath is telling you that you'll never win, never heal, never change. But God says, "Not by might nor by power, but by my Spirit." David didn't win because he was strong. He won because he trusted the one who is. So let this story remind you. The next time a giant stands before you, don't look at the size of the problem. Look at the size of your God.